So, ladies and gentlemen, the last episode, I've said that 15 times. We were reviewing our episodes, and kind of sucks that our audio is not the best. But you know what? Did it. It ain't changing now. So if you stayed with us, we appreciate you. We're thankful. We're grateful. We love you. Whoever you are, wherever you are. Unless you're like Adolf or something.
We promise that the content will improve from this game.
Just give us lots of money. Kidding. No, we appreciate you. We really do. The 200 subs was huge. That was a big victory. And getting this done is going to be a big victory. So, hey, guess what? Tucker, we have potions?
Yes.
Winnie.
How many scions you got?
Probably enough. I should speak into the mic. Are you speaking into the mic?
Yeah, I'm speaking into the mic.
I adjusted Tucker's settings. I see that I'm either too loud or too soft. I have... Let me drop off to the bank. Apparently I haven't. And let's build up whatever we can. Not gonna farm, we decided.
Gonna go for it.
Go for it. Final defense. And that should lead into the final mission. And... yeah, that's it. That's How to Survive 2. I think it's officially, by quite a large margin, our longest Let's Play we've ever done. Thoughts on that, Tucker?
Crazy, because the second closest, longest Let's Play was Astroneer with a nice 69.
Oh, baby. You need to drop off?
I dropped off already. Looks like somebody's attacking them.
I've got... oh,
We're
yeah.
getting raided by ferals.
I've got fish. I've got multivitamin juice. We're fine. Let the things deal with it. I'm going to build a bunch. And then you can upgrade real quick. Whatever you feel like we need to upgrade. I'll build like 3 more spike traps and like 2 more arms. 3 arms. I'll build 3 arms because the bottom got taken out. Well, 3 is exactly how many we can build. We can't even build that. Spikes, 2 and a spike. That's what we can do. We can at least fill in where this one got destroyed. Fill in back there. Then we can throw a spike down. Oh.
Makes sense to me.
That'll do. Upgrade him, Tucker, and let's rock and roll. If you can even do that. Quinn, after 89 episodes, this is going to be the final defense. After 8 defenses, 7, this will be 8, I guess. Right?
Right.
Sweet. Let's go, man.
This will be our 8th and final defense.
And then we may or may not have the Kovac mission. We're kind of thinking maybe it's not on console. I'm kind of thinking it is, though. Let's hope to God that's a short mission.
Just want to be done with this.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle.
It's had its moments. I still will save the final thoughts there for the end, because it just has that last glimmer of hope to go up one more point in my book. If it can tie the narrative together. I mean, it kind of did that with Clifton, Super Madison, sorta. Kenji and Kovacs definitely has not brought a resolution. It brought a resolution to Penny. Raymond, I don't know if you can call that a resolution. I guess it was a story.
He got his dog. That's all we know.
Yeah. And it went into like weird slap humor there at the end. Like this is again a game that has like impaled bodies and babies hanging trees and crazy stuff. And then, like, yeah, he believes that his daughter is a floater or a 600-pound lifer sitting around. And dressed up in a yellow tank top and a tube top, a wig. Yes. Like Borderlands style all of a sudden.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Guess that's that.
I guess that's that. Here it is. Put a little music for us in the background. You guys want to be able to hear it. Very important. We keep our ad revenue of 0 to 0.
How about some Halo music?
I have a song already picked.
All right.
Okay, time has come, Survivor. After all those long hours of training, it's finally time for you to face the ultimate challenge. I'm not laying it on, Survivor. I'm serious. I'm always serious. The last challenge will change your life. forever.
It's time to give the signal.
It better. Okay, doesn't tell us how long. We're at 300,000 XP. And it's officially on. Take your potions. Got every bonus I can get for range. Got 226 arrows. I think that's enough. They've already managed to break through some. We got like,
They're going towards the right.
they actually put a unique song in here. Yeah, it's okay though. Honestly, our spinning arms are doing amazing.
We gotta hold for 5 minutes.
Can I build during this? Let me
No.
try let me try that.
Looks like we can. Let's attract them to a different spot.
And let's go. I want to go back into that menu. What can I build here? I'll build a wood pole, and we can at least see what's going on out there. Not a lot. They're definitely getting through though.
More and more of them are showing up.
Okay, I need to start shooting. You're gonna have to start clearing that left. It looks like.
Doing 43.
1,000 damage. You're one hitting. You're one
I'll take you all on.
doing 13s. I'm also one hitting. Oh, we're good. We're good. But I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared.
Definitely.
There's a crawler on this wall duck if we can get rid of him. He's stealing my targeting.
Okay, I can get rid of him. He's down here. You get him?
Oh,
I don't see him. He isn't here anymore.
that's weird.
Oh, there he is. I see. him.
Turtle. Turtle.
Are those affecting him?
No. So he could definitely take down swinging arms.
That could be a problem.
According to my sites, there's stuff everywhere, but I think it's not really making its way in. Yeah,
Oh, it's spawning.
I don't think they can keep up. This pelican, I can't target. I think it's bugging out.
Yeah, it's bugging out.
I
It
think
doesn't even-
there's so many bugs at the end of this Let's Play, actually.
Oh, this is a relatively bug-free
game. Let's go check the left.
Oh, yep. There it
There
is.
we go. Little hop in. Fact.
We need to make sure we,
whoa,
we need to make sure we stay here.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh, geez.
God
Quite a few of
damn.
them showed up. On the right.
Holy shit. Oh no.
They broke through a wall.
Well, we have 2 more walls back behind that. Oh, I'm getting knocked around bad. I'll restore it if you keep fighting. Oh, wait, yeah.
I have crazy
Go-
fast
yeah, do it,
revives.
do it. That works for me.
Holy crap, there are so many of them.
There's a lot. Kovacs just tried to say something to us, but no idea what it was.
I think he said, good job, keep going.
Oh, really? Surprising. He's usually a negative Nancy.
Like, come on, survivor.
Run. Oh, that's Leslie. That's all I can think of right now.
Runt.
Yeah, remember she always calls us Runt?
Yeah.
Dude, you just killed 3 of them in one swing of your hammer.
That was pretty sweet. Oh, watch out, there's
That was
Crawler.
insane. Dude, this was... I think the next to last defense was harder than this one.
Yeah, this didn't seem as much. Well, it kind of overwhelmed us for a second there.
I don't know that it overwhelmed us, but it was close.
Yeah.
But the fact that you were one-hitting things and, like, we're taking so little damage.
We just had a crazy stack of potions and buffs, so they couldn't deal anything.
Honestly, you carried us. You were so strong during this last.
Look below us. Look, it's like just a runner down there.
Where?
Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Oh, find Kovac in his bunker.
there we go. Just loot all this, throw it in the box,
We
and
can
then-
level up
and
at
then
camp
do it.
still.
Oh.
Camp at maximum.
What? Quinn, look.
Holy crap!
What?
We can't hurt him.
Tucker, you're gonna have to hit him, I think.
Oh,
So it's the opposite of turtles.
that it?
Oh, this really is gonna change everything forever.
What happened?
Loot all this stuff. Let's get it in the box. Let's go talk to Kovac.
He just appeared.
Yeah, that doesn't look good though. That looks like that's gonna really mean. The 51 is the. Just do that.
Right.
Let's go look at what buildings we can actually level up then at 50. See what happens at 51.
Last survival.
Finally popped an achievement. It took 90 hours to get another achievement. Wait, we need to loot this area.
Alright.
There's so much crap here.
We're just gonna destroy everything.
Yeah, why? Leave those. Those are fine.
The walls.
The walls and those spikes, because they're in the middle, just so we can run free.
Here.
Oh, is it me? I'm sorry. Oh, man. I don't know why they make it hard to loot.
Really should be like an auto loot button or something where you can
Yes.
just run around, stuff up.
Yes. Absolutely. I don't know what I'm gonna do about the fact that
I
they
think
got
there's so
shields.
many objects that dropped it. They're showing up, but you can't pick them up.
Yeah, I think you're right. The alien though is quite the plot twist. Why would they design an enemy type with a unique animation, a unique art asset, unique attacks, everything unique, and save it for only the people who made it 90 hours into the game and use? That's just another How to Survive oddity. Like, we have all these areas that need polish, and with some work could become amazing.
But we could make the end game look cooler.
But instead, we're gonna make escort mission. Instead, we're gonna make a crazy emote wheel. Instead, we're gonna have camp defense. Which camp defense is one of those things polished. Okay, we got what we could get, I guess.
Yeah. Don't we grab that alien's ray gun?
That'd be cool. Drop off. It's limited to their DM.
I see. It's like links to them.
Oh shoot. Okay, final mission, and then it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinn, who looks exhausted, big dark circles under her 8-year-old eyes, can finally play games with us. Stayed up long enough.
Wasn't expecting to fight an alien. We saw that enemy type, but we thought that was end game.
Yeah, we had like a definite.
hello.
Oh dear. Wait.
Oh, come on.
Wow. At level 51, you still can't one-hit a deer.
That's a bit of a
That's
disappointment.
That's balance for you. That's the State of Decay. That's our the How to Survive 2 balance that we know and love.
Yeah. It doesn't seem.
I love State. We're
Oh,
not
what
playing State of Decay, are we? Okay. Do it.
It was bound to happen someday, Survivor. All good things come to an end. But don't be sad. I've explained everything in the message I left for you.
Is he gonna be an alien? Oh, there it is. The
Urgent
final
message.
message. Oh, cutscene.
That's it, Survivor. We did it. Thanks to you, the pylon signal is now really powerful, and it's reached its goal. For months now, I've been trying to contact a form of life that's more interesting than ours, somewhere in the universe. And with the pylon now at full strength, I was able to contact someone. You see, zombies have become part of our daily routine. Now I need something even more exciting. So I sent a challenge out into space, promising them that if they dared approach the Earth, they would get a beating.
Hmm.
But they answered. They are coming. They are beings who obviously don't appreciate the threat. What forces and weapons they may have, I can't begin to imagine. Let's you and me team up. Go study them up close to see what they're really capable of. I won't be able to join you right away. A can of peas fell on my big toe and it really hurts. But don't worry, I'll use the first R&R to write a new guide to help humanity. How to survive an alien invasion. See you soon, survivor. Good luck.
So he runs away.
Oh, what the heck?
He attracts aliens.
Whoa.
Realizes we can't beat them, and then runs away. Are you okay, Quinn? Quinn, what's wrong?
Stuff like
Quinn, what's wrong? Quinn, what's wrong? Oh. Walk.
oh, search and
Wait,
What? Still here, survivor? You want more?
Like,
Understand.
Quinn, try to walk. It
Quinn,
took us 90 hours to get here, Quinn. Let us
stop whining.
focus for a sec.
Go away.
You don't have to go away, but just let us finish strong here.
But sending you out against hordes of infected and getting you to pick up tons of nails to shore up your defenses really made my day. Yours too, I hope.
Look at my character right now.
You want one last dance? I'm up for it. Especially when the musicians come from far away. So, here are the first results of the observations I was able to make from my position.
So, the end game of How to Survive 2 is that they take away the zombies,
You have to
Hey.
fight aliens.
make range useless, and have to fight aliens.
But we'll overlook their chronic lack of a sense of humor for now. What really worries me is that our new friends seem at least as organized as they are ugly. I saw how they work, and I have to say,
And honestly, this is another thing where it's like, why did they jam this into this game?
Oh my god.
Of all the weird tacked-on features,
once these
at the
zombies
end they decided let's add aliens, and only people who make it this far, which is very few, I bet,
tell us what
get to
seems
see it.
be a boss of some
We thought that we were gonna get a Kovac boss fight.
something
Gonna get to fight aliens.
They use communication terms to call in their buddies, and then they call in a boss. Okay.
I saw some of the scouts get injured by the infected, but the generals seem to be a lot tougher. It's going to take cunning.
So this is basically a true endgame challenge here. Oh god.
Survivor.
I think we still have some potions.
Here's the plan. You're going to go into a recent drop zone, take out any scouts you find there, and take whatever you can from them. That will let us study them in detail, and we may be able to learn something from their equipment. It's up to you, survivor.
Here we go. So find the upper extremity, scavenge technological items of extraterrestrial origin, and kill soldiers.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
And then this is it.
So we're fighting both zombies and aliens.
And as we discuss our review after this episode, let's walk around the map as fast travel and see if anything has changed.
All right. Maybe aliens will just randomly appear.
Yeah, maybe like Kenji's out and about or something.
Oh, they have special executions.
They put all this work and all this effort into something that like less than 1% of the population.
Oh,
gets
so
to
we're still
see.
fighting zombies. Sorry.
Less than 1% of the population gets to see. Well, that's good because I'm at least mildly useful for a moment. Because yeah, but these aliens seem like they're actually really.
Yeah,
you're,
like,
you're two hitting them.
well, a little more than 2.
How
They
many
still-
is it?
5. But
5?
still.
Really? It seems like it's quick. Count them. Count
Okay.
this.
Ow!
Holy shit.
1,
One.
2.
Well, he was execution after 2.
Yeah, okay.
Another
Bup, bup, bup.
vacuum. Hey, wait. This lock can be picked with the right equipment.
Oh, I got it.
So that means all those vacuums in those levels prior, we could go back and actually do something with them.
Oh, so they're like an alien challenge. I see.
So the aliens were here the whole time. That's what these vacuums were.
We thought they were vacuums.
Yeah, but at the same time, that means that Eco Software is expecting the player now to remember and then go. Holy crap.
The executions are just copy and paste from the zombies.
Okay. But so Eco Software is expecting the player to remember all the missions where there were random vacuums that don't make any sense, and then go back into them, which I don't know who would, and go activate. Did you hear me, Tucker?
Yes, that is very ridiculous. Why would anybody want to do that?
And why put the development resources into that?
Could have just done anything else.
You could have improved the AI on the escort missions. You could have made even more buildings in the camp and even more crafting. I don't think there's a way for me to shoot them. It sounds like the zombies and the aliens are really going at it.
They actually fight one another, it seems like.
Thanks.
The only infighting we've seen, aside from us just fighting the infected. Oh my god,
They're very noisy.
that's some crazy knockback.
Dude, they're not actually all that good at fighting. Like, they're not even looking at me. I still can't.
I'll just make sure. Oh,
I'm gonna have to change arrows though. Maybe I can do that. But what is going on up there? 'Cause it is so noisy.
those lasers actually do quite a bit of damage.
What is that noise though? Let's go find that. You have one of those lasers? Oh yeah, the lasers hit hard. Let's go deal with this.
Hold on.
This is the problem. I wonder how much XP these aliens are worth. I bet they just give it away now.
Dude, no.
I
It's the only
mean,
thing you can do.
this game is not known
Oh,
for.
they're all just fighting in a crate.
Let me try to change arrows now then. These are so.
Oh god, oh god.
These are the best arrows.
Oh, you got steelhead arrows.
Yeah, but still, like.
Hey boys.
How dumb is that to create an end-game enemy? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that's it. That looks.
That's
like
a general. And so pretty much, if you play How to Survive 2,
Oh, I'm down.
don't do ranged because you are given, you can't do anything in the end game. Their version of end game, which is the most random thing ever, aliens, because Kovacs somehow was able to taunt them into coming here. You are worthless against them. So now I'll come in here with my 80 damage and let Tucker handle things. Ooh. Oh, baby.
Oh, we killed one of the generals.
We
Oh,
did
that's it.
Can we explore it? Hold on.
Oh, they killed one of them. All right.
That's it.
That seems like that's it. Let's see.
You couldn't get more than that from those damn creatures? Well, I suppose we'll just have to adapt to that too. And find some way to use all these
So we're gonna get alien tech.
after that.
That's the end game weapons. Is they're gonna give us alien tech.
Always find the different alien communication stations and activate them to take care of our new comrades. That's and we'll show them what our community is really made of, Survivor. The most exposed part of our community, at least.
So talk to the. That's it. Okay. Let's go back to camp first as we round out here. And Tucker, as we go back to camp and see if we have alien weapons, begin us on your review. The good. Start us out here. The good.
The good part about this is that there's a wide assortment of Oh, interesting.
Go destroy that.
Is that there's a wide assortment of different weapons. Oh
The
wow!
hell?
They
The
set up a
flying
whole
saucer here.
crashed one.
Can we go in?
Doesn't look like it.
What the
They
heck?
can. Oh
Wait, what? Right bumper.
hold on.
Oh, there is alien crafting. Cosmic dust breastplate. So there's a huge issue here in that, sweet, they did add a whole endgame system with really, it looks like,
They're really strong.
yeah, like crazy stuff, but why would we want it now and what are we gonna go use it against? We've beat the game. And the DLC never came to consoles, the Dead Dynamite DLC, which would at least give you a place to use that stuff. The defense waves can be repeated, but not for any real good purpose. You can grind some XP, but again, why? What's the DNA mixing pistol do? That's probably how I could shoot aliens again. And ferals. Anyway, as we explore this,
So he never.
keep-
So, sorry.
you go ahead.
So Kovac never actually wanted to like reach out to other survivors. He just wanted to get more of a challenge.
Yeah, but then he was a real pansy about it. Oh, beans on my foot. I gotta, bye-bye. Have a good time. He's always been a bad guy. So, we never got... You need to continue your review, and then I'll talk. The good, the bad, the ugly. Keep going on the good. What was your first good?
The good thing about it is that there's a wide range of different weapons, armor.
Array.
Yeah, wide array of different trees you can go down, weapons, armor, so on. Bad thing about this game is that it has a lot of its items are locked behind paywalls, such as like these birds and these really cool guns and Thor's hammer, these foils. Like all this really strong stuff is locked behind paywalls.
You did say your Dark Blade was better, though.
Yeah, my Dark Blade was still better than it too, but the majority of stuff was still stronger. But then, one really bad thing about this game is the balance and how bad some of these quest givers can be. Like, if you're still watching this playthrough, then you probably know about Raymond and Super Madison. You probably know how broken the ferals are in early game. How annoying they are to deal with, and they can basically just get rid of all of your XP. Can't do anything about it because they just do too much damage. And overall, I think I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
You're saying that last one, the balance issues, that was what you considered the ugly?
Yeah.
All right, so I made some notes. Now, to finish our whole thing on the aliens, before I get into what we were talking about the aliens, we were saying, like, and what would be the point of going through and doing this stuff, and that the DLC never came to the console. Give me some more context on what we're talking about there.
You said... Hey.
Okay, doesn't matter. The good. Okay, much bigger scope. This game, if you take it on a one-to-one basis with How to Survive 1, it's 10 times the size. Easy. How to Survive 1 has 5 islands. You backtrack between them. You'll get to see in our Let's Play. Stay tuned for that one. And you have, what, maybe 4 weapon types, chainsaw, a sword. You have Kovacs is basically the mission giver. Everybody else has one, like, quest. There's one side quest of note, and it's about 3 missions long. So if you take it just on that, like, it's actually crazy just how ambitious a sequel this was. They wanted an MMO-like game. They wanted a Destiny like social game. They just decided to go in and try to make everything not just bigger and better, but much bigger. And credit where credit's due, but there's a caveat there we'll get into as we go here. Okay, and day and night inventory. The inventory system in How to Survive 1 is you get like 12 spaces, and you have to do it like one of those Picto puzzle games where you just like move one block at a time, and it leads to all kinds of really like silly, stupid, cumbersome annoyances where you're always dropping stuff on the ground that you actually kind of need. You don't know what to save. You have to sort of memorize the recipes. It's really old school in that way. There's something beautiful about it, like those old games where it is a smaller game, it's a simpler game, and so you do eventually get over it and get around it because thank God you're not, like this one, overwhelmed. But that being said, this is a much better inventory system. It's basically straight out of Fallout. I was complaining that you can't break stuff down. It takes a real long time to get there, but you can do it. You got to get this foundry to level 51. You can break everything down. You just run over to your box. You put your junk in. You keep going. Like Tucker was talking about with paid DLC, you shouldn't have to do this, but if you buy the big backpack from the beginning, you're not going to have inventory issues in this one. It's a better system, and it's just another huge improvement from the first one. The multiplayer is seamless. This is still in the good category. Quinn can just jump in and out. He jumped in and out of this game twice. Tucker just jumps in and out. His character's persistent. He went to his game world All the missions were available for him, even though they hadn't been beaten, because he'd done it over here. We never had one issue with connectivity. You can do it local, you can do it online, and you can even set up a persistent camp if you're into that kind of stuff. Now, we're getting a little bit lower on the tier list of the good. It is an open world game, semi-open world game. That being said, I don't mind the zoned instances. The farming and stuff gets very repetitive, and we're about to talk about that. But let's go visit other people, see if it's changed as I continue this review here. It's not the best open world game, but you can definitely call it more open world again. Tucker, please.
I'm just moving back to.
But whatever you're doing, it's clicking and it's disrupting my chain of thought.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, Kenji first. Let's go to you. You can't do it. I gotta do it. I got that damn clickety click clack clack. Open world. It's not a beautiful open world game. There's not like a whole bunch of stuff, but it has one big thing going for it. It does try, okay? And yeah, that's a low bar. Okay, so this didn't change, and probably nothing else is going to change, and who knows what's going on with the aliens. But this is an example of it changing. Kenji's fort. And he's desperate when you first find him, okay? And yeah, his story never has a resolution, but he ends up, like, barricading it up. He ends up getting a robot arm. He ends up getting a buddy. He basically builds a fort out here. The one guy, his daughter, right, Tucker, gets signs.
Right.
So they did try to do that like Bethesda thing, where as you do missions, the world does change. Super Madison shows up, and then Super Madison gets a dog. And I think I got one more thing here in the good category. Okay, well, it's pretty lame. Just more content. Like, that's the biggest thing I can say about this game. I gave you 4 or 5 things that if you compare this game 1-to-1 with How to Survive 1, because a lot of people in the Xbox reviews are like, oh, it's just a lame predecessor that can't live up to the greatness of the first one. There's a lot of rose-tinted glasses, a lot of nostalgia in the game industry. This 100% is a game that is, in almost every capacity, not only in its attempt, but in its, we say, not only its attempt, but in its actualization, what it became was a bigger, better game. Okay. The bad. I mean, here we really go. This is what's going to hold down. You gave it a 4 out of 10, Tucker?
Yeah.
This is what's going to start to hold this game in a big way. And I'll start with the number 1, okay? This probably should even be in the ugly category. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Just how repetitive is How to Survive 2?
Well, considering the fact that we played that one Arrows mission, which probably added up to like 5 hours, that was quite a bit of repetition.
You have to do the same mission over and over and over again. And you don't even begin to open up this game until 3/4 of the way through. We probably didn't actually stabilize our Let's Play until like 3/4 of the way through. And even then, this is, I can sum it up simply. We started this Let's Play on 9/5/22. It is now New Year's Eve. Our goal was to finish it in like 2 weeks. It's now 1 day before the 23rd year of our Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? We are on 90 episodes. It is our longest Let's Play. These episodes average out to 45 minutes probably, I bet you. So probably 70-hour Let's Play. And there's maybe 30 missions in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many times you have to go back and do the same content. And this content is not like, oh, well, at least there's 30 unique missions. There's escort missions, and there's the one mission that they do all the time, every day, all the time. Go to the place, kill the stuff, find the stuff. And that's it. And this then goes to our next bad. You have, let's read these poorly written notes here. But I know exactly what I was... Okay, more doesn't necessarily equal better. This is important. The good was all about the fact that if you look at this game 1-to-1, keep looking at these... Raymond didn't change. Here, let's give us something to kill. This Tucker's going to absolutely hate what I'm about to do, but it's going to give us something to shoot at and do while I talk.
The time has come, Survivor. What?
All right, here we go. We'll at least be killing and shooting stuff while I talk endlessly here. More doesn't equal better. Yeah, there's more stuff, but I like the weapon system better in How to Survive 1. I liked having a bow with 25 different augments doing crazy damage, being silent, being deadly. The bow. Turns out you can't compete in the end game. The aliens aren't affected by the bow. The bow only gets 2 upgrades. You're done upgrading your bow by level 10. Oh, you upgrade and get a different bow, but that's the same lame RPG stuff that all these action RPGs do, where it's, oh, Tuck, they're in here somehow.
Oh God, I knew this was a bad idea.
We're fine. We're fine. And so, yeah, there's, you know, so many more hours, like, God, 25 times or more hours of content in this game. Easy. But it's not all good. And a lot of it is just simply,
Ow.
it's simply padding. A lot of padding. A lot of this. A lot of this. So, and there was one more thing. Maybe this was a mistake. Doesn't blah blah blah.
Kill anything that moves.
So, oh, you got it. Oh, nice. When we were talking about more doesn't equal better, that also ties into what we
Above us.
Okay, what we complain about a lot. Why did they put effort into some things? Like, okay, they somehow set resources aside at the end of this game's development to put in an end game, which is pretty simple, shallow, and bare bones, but they still did it. And they made a whole alien enemy type. They even made a boss type. They made mini bosses. You interact with that stuff once. That stuff should have been introduced way sooner, just to change up the pace of the game. You have this massive emote wheel that has no reason to exist. You can have a persistent online camp, and that's fine, but without social features to anchor that, there's no reason for that to exist. So all this is an example of project creep, they call it in the games industry. When you just bite off, wait, you want to keep making the greatest game ever, and you keep thinking about all these different things you can have and all this endless, boundless story, and oh, it's going to be amazing. And then you find out, well, you got a year until the game's to come out, and you have no idea what actually you can get done at this point. Now, this game didn't suffer from it to the point where it was a fatal, flaw. The fatal flaw is coming up, but it was avoidable. It's avoidable to where you could add 2-3 extra points on this game's review if they had just, say, cut the escort missions down, gotten rid of the persistent online camps, and maybe put that time into the camp system.
Pylon's getting hit.
Let's go. We don't want to fail it.
I'm down. Brawlers.
Take a revive potion.
Go.
So, every single one of these tacked on features that we talked about throughout the course of this Let's Play, if you can suffer through our audio, please engage with that, because we have multiple conversations about it, especially in the opening salvo. Just how many features we felt like, oh yeah, they exist, but they're half-baked. They are just so half-baked that they would have been better off probably finding 5 things that they really wanted to be about, which with this game would be like crafting.
I can use.
I know. I'm trying, buddy.
I was just gonna say I could use
I'll
restorative.
do it, but I'm gonna die too.
There was a crawler here, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, so How to Survive 1 is an example of less content, but much more focus, to the point where when we left it, we were like, I think you felt similar, Tucker, correct me if I'm wrong. That's a good game, solid. It was worth playing through, right?
Yeah.
When you play How to Survive 2, oh, there's more content. Or I've discussed that for the last 20 minutes. There's more. But it's not necessarily better. And it's certainly not as focused. And I think they just really would have been better off, just like How to Survive 1, or State of Decay 2, or any like really great sequel. Choosing like 2 or 3 new features and just focusing in on them. Because this leads to my final thing, and then I'll give you the number, or Tucker's point. The ugly. Tucker, you can probably already predict what the ugly is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Balance.
Balance, just like Tucker. This game is not balanced. It is not balanced. You can't have a character like myself, the most recent example.
God. bodies.
And we did it though. We did it. Even without a base. That's how powerful our characters were in the end. Focus in on the archery tree the whole Let's Play and be like, yeah, alright, this is my thing. It feels strong and be powerful. Let's go. Let's get after it. Let's go check the radio, see if there's any missions there.
Alright.
And then at the end game, you're worthless. That's an example of bad balance. But the examples abound. Monty's, a rabbit, and one hit the most powerful characters. Deer, we just showed an example of that. Tucker and I are level 51. We still can't kill deer. It took to level 50 to be able to hit rabbits, just regular rabbits. Barrels, they hunt in packs. We've complained about them endlessly. They never stop. They can literally stun lock you and chain lock you. One of the most annoying things in a game that can exist. And so the difficulty became not that enemies have crazy health pools. It became, here's just a lot of them at the end. That's pretty like the dog mission, which was all those Super Madison missions, escort missions. Their difficulty was that you had extremely stupid NPCs who you then had to escort through legion after legion of zombie, and the NPCs take friendly fire, which is ridiculous. And that is this game's Achilles heel. When you combine sort of half-baked features and then you put that up against what is at times just awful balance, I don't think most players get to see that there is good in here. The middle of the game was not bad. It's cool that Tucker has a turtle shell. It's cool that Tucker has 150% damage resistance. I like that I've got a movement speed build. There are some really cool action RPG mechanics in it, for real, that make it not necessarily worth 90 hours. 30 hours, though. Maybe. And they are just ruined by the fact that if we weren't doing a Let's Play, Tucker, would we have made it? Are you getting sick of me talking?
No, I was checking.
No, he's getting sick as fuck.
I'm not getting.
You're like, oh.
I'm not getting sick of you.
Oh, okay. It just looked like you was. But so give me the answer then, Tucker. Say we're not making a Let's Play. And I'll thank God I'll shut up. Would we have made it past the starving portion?
Probably not.
Okay, why not?
Because the start is just so brutal.
What makes that start brutal?
You got no food, and quests that say that will give you food don't give you enough food.
And when you don't have food and you don't have water, what happens in it?
You get weak and you get pummeled.
That's right. You can't take damage, you can't do damage. So we talked earlier in an episode about how, like, first time in the city is supposed to feed you. Oh, an alien that I can't affect because of balance. But it takes more food and drink to do that mission than you get out of that mission. Now later it becomes a non-thing, and that's just another balance. Why have a feature be so important early on, and then it doesn't even matter later? Did putting XP into starving, hydrophobic, or appetite of a bird ever seem to actually make a difference?
I feel like it.
No, they didn't. And so, balance is the ugly. There's some super cool stuff in this that I put under the bigger game, bigger world, really cool action RPG stuff that was actually pretty fun. Crafting's fine, you know. And then the bad is the repetition. Very repetition, very grindy game, horribly repetitious in fact, because you basically have two mission types. And one of those is fraught with the bugs and perils of the ugly, the balance, and the other one is just it's the same thing. Like it doesn't even matter. And the stories don't have a resolution. We found that. I was gonna move it up, and the number's coming. Drum roll. If they had given us a resolution to the Kenji Kovacs story, Tucker, would you have gone to a 5 out of 10?
I think so, because it would have been cool to like see like a cutscene at least talking about it, because they said that they were before, but don't have any proof.
Yeah. So unlike the first one actually ties the story together. You find out that the pilot guy or whatever, the guy with one arm, was in on it, and you find out that Kovacs is purposely taking people to this island to test them, right?
Yeah, to see if they have what it takes to survive.
Yeah. And you do have the continuation of that character in this game, in the sense that he's gonna push it to the next level. Now it's Alien. But that plot point, that plot twist, in my opinion, is stupid. Really stupid. It doesn't even like. I thought that's how they were gonna explain the zombie apocalypse. No, there's just aliens. So they just goes totally like slapstick off the wall here in the end, and they don't
Oh shoot.
actually bring this story to a resolution in any capacity. And this is it. I don't think this game will get a sequel. I think this is over. And so what you're left with is Aliens. And so I talked about 4s, I've talked about 5s, and I'm going to stick with a number that I said way early on. This game gets a 3 out of 10 in my world. There are things that it's one of the only games I think I've ever given a really bad review to, where if you just change a few things,
Could actually be a pretty decent game.
it'd be like an 8 out of 10. If you could just cut back some of the fat, the social MMO light stuff, the persistent online camp, the DLCs that ended up being like kind of pay to win stuff. You could have just stripped that stuff out, then tightened the wheels, because then you'd have more development resources put towards the economy, the balance, have more resources put into like mission design and level design. Suddenly you take what was a solid game, the first outing, good effort, fun on the Wii U, and you just make a bigger, better sequel. Here you have such a hodgepodge, big shotgun approach to the sequel, which valiantly is very ambitious, but because it was so ambitious, it just did not pay attention to the fact that it was building its whole foundation on quicksand. That quicksand was the balance. Players cannot get through that opening salvo reasonably with the way the pharaohs are tuned, with the way the Monty is tuned, with the way the food and water system was tuned. There's a reason that this game did not have a big population or have any staying power in my mind. Tucker, give us the final thoughts as we wrap up.
It could have been great. It could have had a How to Survive 3 if this game could have just fixed its balance, had some better quest givers, and not went to aliens.
Yeah. Wrapping up, Tucker and I were totally cool and even discussed multiple times on our walk, like, the Kovacs Kenji story kind of makes sense. It's like, it seemed like it was maybe going to come to a head. Kovacs was definitely the bad guy, and he had like a real sick vision, but his vision at least made sense. He thought survival of the fittest is like the key to evolution. It's how everything is forged and made better. And Kenji and Leslie's group, they're like, no, that's totally insane. Herd immunity, that's just wild. We need to like save people, and this is a completely unnatural situation, and that should have been brought to a resolution. Like, the fact that it's cool that Roscoe and Clifton and those guys got kind of like Raymond, the sort of side guys did get little stories, and they have a beginning and a middle and end, for what it's worth. But the main storyline, you undermine Kovacs for half the game. All that stuff you did with Leslie did not matter. It doesn't go anywhere. You didn't stop him making power.
She says that you helped her to stop Kovac, but it doesn't look like it affected him.
No, it doesn't. He talks about it once.
Talks about how like one of his power plants recently lost power, but then he just brushed it off.
Yeah, and he kind of like hints that he knows who did it and stuff. But he's like, hey, I'm losing less power, and I also lost my zombies. But then, in the same breath, you go out and you help him. You go get him more zombies.
And you fix his power plant.
You fix his power plant, even though you just spent all this time helping. You had to help her to get to those missions. And then you just undo all the stuff you just did, and none of it actually mattered the whole time. And rather than bringing that to like some epic, all they had to do was simple, just like How to Survive 1. They just needed to make you choose how you wanted this world to look like in the end. They should have had aliens caused it. That's fine. I don't care. It's zombies. It's already weird. Solve it. Aliens caused this as part of an invasion strategy. I'm cool with that. And now you have to figure out what your world looks like at the end. The world that Tucker and I are going through right now, which is the end game, open world now. You've resolved things. Do you side with Kovacs? And if you side with Kovacs, then fans are around. They'll help you battle. And they'll get you less resources, but there's more of them around to help you fight. Henji's team. They don't help you fight hardly at all because they're not like warriors, but you get much better loot. And you get much better spots and stuff. And then that should have been like how you go about your end game. That, I think, would have resolved it. 4. I would have gone 4 out of 10. Now, I said final thoughts before, Tucker, but really, final thoughts. Well, I will hit stop recording on the 90th episode of the 90th day of the 90th hour.
Like I said before, it had very much potential, and it is very clear that they went all out to try and make this game great.
All out, for sure.
But quality is better than quantity, so.
That's
Well,
exactly right.
in a lot of cases, quality is better than quantity, and that's what made How to Survive 1 so great. Sure, it was quick, but the couple of hours you got out of it were action-packed and full of fun moments. There was an assortment of different items you could collect. There was a bunch of different quest givers that you could find interesting stories in. There was all sorts of different collectible weapons that you could try out different strategies with. There was a somewhat in-depth skill tree where you can hone in your skills. And How to Survive 2, although it does improve on some things, it just doesn't have that same quality that the first How to Survive had.
And it really is like you just put it. It is quality over quantity. How to Survive 1 is a much smaller game, but the few things that it did well. And it's the zombie game genre. There's so many freaking zombie games, it's not even funny. It's a super jam-packed genre, and there's not anything really new going on. So the fact that it could actually stand out by doing like the crafting right, the world right, that was enough. This tried to do everything. So it did everything, but it only got everything about half right. And that just basically destroys it. Quinn, come here. You played the game twice. Actually, let us know in Tucker's mic your thoughts real quick as we close off. You gotta talk in the
When you
mic.
gotta talk in the mic.
Say your number and then say why, and then I promise I'll hit stop. What's your number?
When you have to talk in the mic.
Okay.
You gotta talk in the mic.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, says the Quinster. Okay, one thing you liked, one thing you didn't like.
When?
Okay, she's done. So,
Yeah, she's got raccoon.
ladies and germs and gentlemen, miscreants of all kind, we thank you for 200 subs. We appreciate you.
We thank you for joining us on this very cruel How to Survive Junior.
What a hell of a journey it's been to our longest Let's Play and a record that I think is going to stand for a minute. Our next Let's Play will be the very exciting, the very intriguing. Another indie game that could have been in Tucker's corner is the Swedish developed, robot-centered, 80s era placed. What, Tucker? What's the name of the game?
Generation Zero.
And we'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Now, the future's uncertain, and the end is always near.